Welcome to INOvators, a series where we sit down with thought leaders in the healthcare technology space to discuss some of the latest trends impacting the industry today. My name is Justine Giancola. I'm on the corporate communications team here at Inovalon, and joining me today is Frank Esposito from KabaFusion. Thanks for being here today, Frank.
Thank you, Justine.
So before we get started, why don't you tell us a little bit about KabaFusion?
Sure. KabaFusion is a full-service home infusion pharmacy. We have 27 locations across the country. We operate in 48 states.
Okay, so with everything going on in healthcare today, what would you say the biggest challenge in caring for home infusion patients is?
I think the biggest challenge is communication. Everyone talks about people and process. I believe that the communication is the glue that holds those two pieces together. And being able to communicate not only with our teams within our organization, but also with providers and case managers to be able to get the information that we need quickly and efficiently for the patients, know the whole story about the patient. That allows our teams to better serve those patients, make sure that they're exiting hospitals quickly and onto a better site of care, which we think is the home. Patients have better outcomes. Patients have a cheaper site of care being at home. So at KabaFusion, making sure that we can bridge those gaps in communication between the teams really will allow us to accelerate patient care and make sure that we're providing the type of service that patients deserve.
Absolutely. And, as a communications professional, I can certainly understand the importance of communication. But, technology, I know, is a very big component in helping with that communication piece. So among all that's happening in the home infusion industry, payer sites of care shift, expansive drug pipeline, patient access advocacy, technology innovation is a big one. I'm sure you guys are excited about that.
Yeah, I think that technology innovation is what allows us to do all the others that you just spoke about well. And when we look at products like Inovalon ScriptMed and we see the way that we can communicate and really move information from team to team seamlessly with activity, meaning a lot of times the way we communicate now throughout business is we will send an email to a group of people eliciting a response. What ScriptMed allows us to do is send that task to a specific user. So adding that innovation to our platform is going to allow us to have better patient care. We're really looking forward to partnering with Inovalon and using the software.
Yep, absolutely. And as you know, it is critical to Inovalon that the technology and the solutions that we offer are ultimately positively impacting that patient outcome. So we too are very excited about this partnership. So, kind of leads me into my next question is what technologies are you guys focused on right now that are really enhancing that patient and prescriber experience?
Well, at KabaFusion, I get to work with world-class clinicians, whether that's pharmacists, nurses, registered dietitians, and allowing them to practice at the top of their license is our focus. If we could have pharmacists worry about patients' labs and how the medication is made, RDs worried about the nutrition factor of not only patients that need parental nutrition, but also patients that are getting other therapies to make sure that their nutritional standards are met, or the nurses with the care in the home. Technology allows us to put administrative tasks, things that historically has burdened our clinicians and take those off of them in a way that still maintains the documentation that we need and the information flow as we treat a patient. Patient's data and the way we treat a patient really depends on our ability to have time to treat that patient. Technology allows us to do that.
I love it. I mean, clearly Inovalon is a healthcare tech company, and this is something that is so critical to us. So it's great to talk to people like you who can really see the value of leveraging technology to ultimately improve the outcomes. So love to hear that. I know you touched on this a little bit, but how do you see this recent partnership with Inovalon, further supporting your commitment to providing the exceptional care for your patients and prescribers?
I think there's a lot of tools that Inovalon is going to provide to us, whether that's data stream where we're able to get information about a patient that we normally wouldn't have access to, or we would take days for us to try to ask someone to give us that access. We'll readily have that available. That allows us to see the whole patient and be able to treat that patient holistically. Maybe the patient was getting a drug somewhere else that we're not aware of that might interact with the therapy that we're providing. The more information we have about that patient, the safer our therapies can be provided to the patient, and their outcomes infinitely will get better.
Absolutely. That whole patient journey is so critical. We too are very excited. Frank, it has been lovely talking to you today. Really appreciate you taking the time. Everyone who tuned in today, thank you so much, and be on the lookout for our next INOvators episode.